Alright, so low key, I had to, redo the sound for this. So I'm kind of a little glitchy on it, but that's besides the point. Basically, in this scene of the video, I think I'm just running around, to be honest. Like, I think I'm just running around trying to go find, like, loot and stuff. I'm pretty sure I already found, like, some copper things in this scene. And as I just start swimming over. And I don't know what I was doing. Like, I should have just made a boat, because then it would have made it, like, things easier. But, it is what it is. But, so as I'm running towards the village that I found over there, the lights were bright as hell. I don't know if you guys would realize, but I did all this filming, like, at nighttime, bro. I was barely awake. I'm not sure why I hopped on these rocks, too. That was a really stupid move for me, I'm not gonna lie. But, anyways, still moving on from that. Yeah, honestly, in these specific moments, all I was thinking about was trying to go find my teacher, because, like, I don't know if people realize this, but I was just on the hunt to go find him. I didn't know exactly where he was. I knew, like, his general area, because, like, I could sense him and stuff, but you feel me? But I made the boat, though. I made the boat. So, like, I'm not sure. What was I getting? Potatoes? Oh, whoopsie. But yeah, no, so I get a boat, and I start breaking things down, because low-key I start getting hungry. Like, hungry as balls, bro. I started getting hungry, bro. Boy. Let me tell you. But yeah, no, moving on from that, I think now I start heading over towards a different village, which is kind of odd. You feel me? You dig? Now, as I'm heading over, towards that village, just swimming on my little boat, my wee little boat. Also, by the way, if you guys want to see any more, like, type of content like this, just let me know. You know what I'm saying? Like, just let me know. Let me ponder on it, and I'll see if I can do it for y'all. And I don't know why, but I kept breaking this with my fist when I could have just used the axe. And honestly, this was probably one of the stupidest and longest decisions I made, because I didn't figure this out for a good little minute. But eventually, I get to it. I'm a little slow when it comes to playing this game, but it's been ain't that crazy at it. You dig? So now I'm currently running, chasing, letting my legs carry the wind. The wind to the storm. To the storm. And I run 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 and I run. Breaking down these carrots. And, I'm just playing, doing my thing. You feel me? Now, past me was like, oh, wait, give me some quick iron. You know what I'm saying? Give me some quick iron. I don't know why. I'm not sure if I killed the guy in this thing, though. That's the problem. But if I did, thank God, because that would save me a stupid amount of trouble. Like, a generous amount. But anyways, honestly, when I was making this video, I was thinking of making, like, kind of like a story thing. So if you hear that later on in the video, it's because I am doing a story. Right now, I'm only, like, taking care of these little mini parts, and then I start flicking burning, bro. Oh my God, I got so fucking pissed. I got so pissed, bro. Like, ah! But yeah, no. Again, didn't use my boat, but I will pop it out later. Like, bam. Like, bam. Anyways, so now I am heading towards, it seems to be more land. More land. Yes, more land. More land. But as this continues on, I think more and more that maybe, was this the right decision? Yes, because I need to find my master. I need to find the master. The master. The partner in crime. The teacher. Still heading towards that, though, But, yeah. And continuing on from that, I now hop onto the boat and switch things up, you feel me? Anyways, continuing things on right here, I actually choose to use my axe this time because now I realize how important it is. So that's good. But anyways, I'm heading towards my journey to find my teacher. I'm just running through the grasses, running through the trees, trying to figure out where he possibly could be. But then, I'm just hopping around, moving around, jiggling and all that, all sorts and everything in between. And honestly, within this journey, I'm hoping to find the magma armor. Because if I can get the magma armor, that's really what I'm looking for. The magma armor is like the main thing I'm trying to find. And honestly, maybe like just getting into that mojo, that fire mojo, is really what's gonna get me popping. What's gonna get me flying. Anyways, moving on, continuing on the journey to find my teacher. I hop onto this new island where, again, use my axe this time because it's so much easier than my hands. Not sure why I didn't figure this out earlier, but honestly, it's whatever because it doesn't matter. Still on the journey though, and right now I'm not sure if I can find any iron giants of some sorts. Not iron giants, it's like rock giants. Because if I can find those, I can help myself very, very easily. And continuing along with the journey, I do take some damage. I'm sorry if my health, my like hunger bar, like seems depleted, but I do end up eating every once in a while. So don't think I'm like malnourished or anything. I'm still eating the food. I'm still getting that food up. So no need to worry. Back on the journey, we find another village, which is amazing. That's great, actually. I was hoping for that. And now I just seem to like run around. This is kind of like where I'm messing around a little bit. I set my spawn point down, just to get the point down. You know what I'm saying? Like, a little some. You feel me? I don't know why I clicked it so many times. I didn't really need to. But I'm running around and I find my master. I find my partner. Continuing on with this journey of mine, I do get attacked by this random bastard, dude. And I get really freaking mad, but there's nothing I can do because he killed me in 3 shots, unfortunately. And I'm just like, whoa, please, don't attack me. And he tells me to follow him, so I do. I run over, and he says if I want power like this. And I said yes, and then he says stand over there. So I walk over, and he uses this insane attack where he dang near one-shots the Iron Golem on his first time, but I get too close and I end up dying. But it's okay because I come back and I tell him not to hurt me, and he says you should have went back farther. And I was like, oh, well, it's kind of too late. And he does it again. So I was getting really mad at him, but there was nothing I could do because he was clearly more powerful than me. Then he tells me to follow him, so I do. And we run and run and run. And this is the part where I'm slowly starting to realize maybe this guy right here was the one I was meant to meet. Maybe he's the one I'm supposed to find. But I don't realize what the future could hold. Anyways, moving on with this little journey of mine, I'm really slow. I have no armor. I have nothing. So just one little touch and I'm dead. So I have to move very carefully through these mountain ranges and Alps and stuff. And he's honestly just constantly getting way and way more ahead of me, which does end up, not mattering that much because I'm heading over there, so it doesn't matter. Even though he's vastly, vastly faster and stronger, and honestly can traverse these mountains a lot better than I do. But it doesn't matter because we end up getting to the village, and I'm not sure if it's like an old village because there were still some parts that were there, like trees and stuff, but it was just like a regular cherry blossom biome. And he shows me his base of operations where I slowly start to wonder, what is this guy trying to do? And so I'm hopping around, I'm just having a little fun here, fiddling, and I see this random little like ancient ghost looking thing. He tells me not to touch it, so I don't. I run back and I start to head over to the bed to set my spawn point so I don't have to, die and run back all the time, which does get annoying, but it doesn't matter because it's part of the thing. And he shows me more of his power where he just completely deletes that animal. And I'm just like, whoa, I want that type of power. And he tells me to turn around and follow him. So I do. And he takes me over to this random chest that he uses, and this specific chest does start to change within like the items that he puts in there that I do end up using every once in a while. Not all the time, but every once in a while. And continuing on, he does drop me some armor that I get to use as my starter armor. He tells me, and he says that this is gonna help me on my quest to figure out what exactly like I need to do for him to. And I shot him in the sky. He teaches me what exactly I need to do to get better armor, and he says that I have to complete a task for him, and the task was to go find and scout out someone's lair. So I abide by his rules, and he tells me where to go, and he tells me to go. I start running, and he gives me some food, I believe, and I take it and I eat a little bit. Actually, I believe I grab more. I do grab more, and I knew it. I wanted more, so I did. I got more. This random freaking zombie starts hitting me, so I'm getting really mad at it. I start fucking beating it. He gives me hella bread, and there's a creeper. I was like, oh shit, creeper. And I also realized I jumped really damn high, like really high. Then, a lot higher than I wanted to, but it works out in the end. Nothing to worry about. And so now I start and I begin to traverse over to figure out where I'm scouting out to. He sends me the coordinates that I need to follow. And I do end up killing a few animals along the way, but, no animals were seriously harmed in the making of this video. But nonetheless, I'm the strongest of them all, and I'm starting to get really egotistical, like incredibly egotistical. But it doesn't matter because guess what? I'm still cooking up. Now begins the journey to go find this man's place. So now I'm running and I'm thoroughly traversing, and I just start hopping on trees because it was honestly fun. Hopping on the trees was amazing. But it's fine because, it's part of the journey. And I see this giant crack in the wall, and I'm like, oh my god, it's like the upside down. Like, like the upside down thing where it's a part of Hawkins and the ground splits up. That's exactly how it felt like. And I was dying in the moment because I was like, what the hell? There's like a random crack in the floor filled with lava and water and all this and that. So as I'm traversing to go figure out exactly where this person is, and I'm getting closer, as you can see in the bottom of the hotbar, to where he currently is and his current position. So it wasn't that hard to find him, but the closer I get, the more intense feelings I feel, because this guy was honestly one of the hardest people I've ever had to run away from. Because I get close, which I traverse through these waters. I'm not sure why I didn't just use a boat. I don't think I have a boat though, so it doesn't matter. So I'm swimming, and I get close. So I start to crouch because I realize that he's very close to me, and if he were to spot me, it would get really really, really dangerous. So I'm getting closer and closer and closer and closer, and then I realize he found me, so I start running away, and he teleports right behind me and starts hitting me. And the more I get hit, the faster I try to go, and he kills me immediately. I come back to my teacher and he tells me, you did a good job. So now you have to wait for me and I can give you the armor that you so graciously deserve. And so at this point, I'm just like, you know what? Maybe let me just wait for him and let me just run around and, just give it some time, Run around, fiddle around and everything in between. So as I'm running, he's taking things out of the chest that he has under the grass, because I don't think he has like a actual house, which does like get me suspicious, but nonetheless, he is the one who's taking me under his mantle, and I choose to help him. And so now I'm circling for whatever reason, and I hear some random noise, and the noise is like really eerie. I was like, what the hell? Is that the nether? And turns out it was just one of those little things that spawned in again, and I don't know what I was doing here. Please excuse me. Oh my god. No, just don't mind that scene. Please, YouTube, don't ban me. But anyways, trying to keep this a buck skis, I run over and he gives me the armor that I'm gonna be using. And so I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Got me some cool armor, and we can pop off. We can do great things. And I do end up choosing the magma armor because that's the one I've always wanted. And if you guys have seen One Piece, great anime by the way. I love Akainu. Even though he does some messed up shit, it doesn't matter because he's still cool as hell. Like, come on. But, anyways, moving on. I end up picking the magma armor. And I get rid of my rocky armor. No, the other ones do look incredibly cool. Like, all those other ones look amazing. But I personally got drawn to the magma. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to take it. So I start grabbing the ones from the magma and I pick them up off the ground because those are the ones that I've wanted. And I'm not sure why it took me so long to just pick it off the thing. I'm pretty sure I didn't really remember how to do so. But I chose the magma one and I started taking off the things. And it has like this cool magma, like these two magma fists. I'm like, holy crap, I want those and I want them now. But anyways, moving on, I put on the armor, and the closer and closer that things get to me being stronger, I start to realize things, and I start to notice that maybe this was the right decision to make. Now, moving on to me just messing around low key, I was just playing this whole time. And then I decided to build a Torii gate. If you guys have never seen that before, well, today's your day. And I did decide to speed up the clip a little bit because it did take a while. Dude, I never realized like how long Minecraft video, like how long they really be. Like they be long. Like people like really underestimate how much work other YouTubers be putting into this. Like it's a lot. And honestly, I get it now. I understand it, but low key, the grind is coming. I want the grind. I need the grind. I'm ready. I'm ready for it. And I think that maybe what I'm doing just might be the right thing to do. But I'm just here to entertain. You know what I'm saying? I've always thought of myself as like an entertaining person. And I always thought that, oh, you know, got a future to finish things out and hopefully to finish things out on a strong note. And honestly, the way that things are rolling right now, I do believe that with all the grind and work that I've got going on, things can actually work out quite well, honestly. But yeah, no. So cherry blossoms are on the way. And I love the cherry blossom biome because in low key, it just like gives me like a calm vibe. And the calm vibe just like it insituates the perfect timing for these things. And honestly, this was probably one of my favorite builds that I made on this new video coming out I don't know about very soon, but I'll try my best. I know my editing skills aren't the greatest, but we are working up there. And hopefully my storytelling gets a little better too, because I do get it distracted sometimes. And, you know, it's just like a whole thing. But who knows? Maybe with due time, I'll actually get pretty good at this. And, you know, and it's just like the whole scene of things and like the way that it plays out. And I think right there, I was just kind of sitting for a little bit because I was thinking. And then I went up to finish the top of the building. This was really scary only because, like, I didn't want to go too far out. I didn't know how many blocks I should go out. And I was honestly really proud of this build. This is one of, like, my best builds. And then I realized it was off-centered, actually. So I decided to fix it. And that's where we got this perfect little Torii gate that we've got popping up right here. So I break down these dirt blocks and I drop down, which I did get the diamond shovel and it got finished out, which was, you know, part of the plan. And honestly, this build was amazing. And I will do something with the Ender Portal pretty soon. So we're going to get down with that too. And I just started like to break down all these things. I just speeded up a lot because it took a long time. It took like 5-10 minutes of just straight breaking down blocks. And me and the teacher, he was working on like the huge like middle building, which I will show later in the next video. And after I get like a little stronger, because I have level 1 items. which does suck. But honestly, I was grinding, man. I was grinding. I was putting in that work. So I'm breaking down blocks and clearing out this whole area because there will be more things on the island on top of this when we get ready to go against the other nations of the realm. There's two other nations, I think. There's one of water and another of, I believe, ice, and I will be fighting them eventually. And in this moment right here, my teacher tells me that he wants me to like see something, and I was like, oh, I bet. So he now leads me over towards the place, and he tells me that it's a very secret skill that he's gonna show me, and we just run over and get on over there, and he proceeds to attack this iron golem with this special staff, and he tells me to run away because it Loki is a big attack. And if you can't see, there's a massive dragon that comes out of the staff, goes up. It goes up. Sorry, I had to cough a little bit, but it goes up, and I didn't realize this, but it does slam down and then it kills it. I thought it kills it on the first hit, but it's a 2-hit attack, and I was freaking out. Like, I was like, what the fuck? And that shit was crazy, bro. How the hell you do that shit? And he tells me that I can learn this power as long as I upgrade my abilities. And he tells me that the next time we meet, he would have finished the main building of our Japanese village, and that I should go head out and become stronger. And he says maybe I can get this purple astral staff that he has himself, which can be found, I don't remember where. I don't even know when he told me, but I'm going to be ready for it. And honestly, the next time that I see him, I should be a lot stronger. And he tells me to head on my journey, and that when I come back, everything is going to be finished. And then he proceeds to hit me like a douchebag, but it's whatever. So I get hit, and I run away, and bam. See you on the next video, y'all. I will come back with better, and peace and love to all y'all. See ya.